this very important historical meeting took part in Oxford in 1929, July 17 to July 31, and that meeting, the chairman was of the International Psychiatric Association, Dr. Eitingon, and the secretary was Anna Freud. This Congress was very important for many aspects, besides the very original papers which were read at the Congress. The most important aspect from the standpoint of analytical organization was the importance of the executive committee meeting, where difficulties and controversies between the American and the international European Psychoanalytic Association members was discussed, and compromise agreements were formed about many aspects of analytical proceedings, training, especially of the analyst. There was a great attendance, a large attendance at the Congress. There were 186 participants. Of those, 180 were members of the International Psychiatric Association, and some other participants were candidates in training and family members of the analyst. It's also interesting to note that this Congress in Oxford was held at a university town, which were Congresses previously avoided the site of university towns, except they had a Congress in Munich, they had a Congress in Budapest and in Berlin, and they avoided to have the International Congress in university towns because the mistrust and critical attitude of universities to psychoanalysis. At this Congress, the International Training Commission of the International Psychiatric Association, which was the second time meeting. The first meeting of that commission was in 21 years previous, when the International Psychiatric Association was founded. The training commission didn't meet since, and the standing conflict grew about training analysts, who should train analysts and who should be trained. Namely, there were people, doctors and non-doctors, who were seeking analytical training to to analyze or to do psychotherapy, who were not physicians. They usually could not attain it in America, because America was against training lay people. In addition, the training aspects analysis were not developed yet. So they went to Europe, or to England, or to Vienna, had some analysis there, and they came back to America as American citizens and settled here, starting analytical practice, to which the medical analyst and the medical world or psychiatrists objected very much. And what happened was that in the 1920s there was a definite objection voiced by the Academy of Medicine and by the psychiatrists, which they objected to the training and told so to A.A. Brill, who was the president and the founder, so to say, of American psychoanalysis, and to cease that training or cease lay people doing psychotherapy or psychoanalysis. And that brought the whole problem up again, and it was taken up, this whole problem was taken then up at the Oxford Congress. This problem about training lay analysts or training analysis came up previously to Oxford in Innsbruck at a conference, but there were controversies and not much was accomplished. Here in Oxford this time, the training commission sat down to do something about it, and they came to a decision. The training commission members, the analysts who took part in that discussion between America and Europe, how to solve the problem of training laypersons or training Americans in Europe, took part one evening, if I recall well, at the Randolph Hotel in Oxford, where the following people, I do recall, conveyed. Dr. Eitingon was the president, Dr. Ferenczi from Budapest, Anna Freud, Princess Bonaparte from Greece, Dr. Jelev, and Dr. Abhuysen, who was incoming secretary of the International, and myself. And they came, after a long discussion, they came to agree on the following procedure, that anybody from America or from another country who comes to Europe to be analyzed. The European analysts won't just accept them, because the procedure usually was for training analysis at that time. There were no training commissions, there were no educational committee. Somebody wanted to have analytical training, he simply went to any analyst, member of a society, and asked to be analyzed, was analyzed, then he was an analyzed psychotherapist. So the decision was, if anybody seeks analysis from America in Europe, then the European analysts won't accept him for training only if they were really recommended by the societies from America, and that was decided and adhered up. After this discussion, everything went peaceful. That was in the midst of the Congress. As I mentioned before, very excellent paper was read, and a fine time was had by everybody. And I think we may just start now to show you those original pioneers which we are eager to see, which you don't know, and many of you don't know, and that's really why we remake the picture again. Let's see how history looks in pictures. As